Steve Tober here for NJ Hotshots and Sideline Chatter with Coach Bob Farrell of Seton Hall Prep. And, Coach, we're getting set for the Final Four, the 65th Annual Essex County Boys Basketball Tournament. And 3 of the 4 teams from the Super Essex Conference American Division, Coach. And I guess that's testament to just how rough and tumble your division is.
Yes, it is. We've kind of round-robined each other, Irvington, Columbia, and ourselves. We're each 1-1. And so we kind of know each other pretty well. Central would be the 4th team, obviously, that's in the division below us. And they're a little bit more of an unknown to the 3 of us.
And you've had a couple, just recently had a tough game with Irvington, a double overtime game on February 11th, where Irvington jumped off to a 25-11 first quarter lead. Similar, I guess, to your first meeting with them when you had to come from behind to beat them. So you've had a good taste of Irvington.
Yeah, Irvington has, got off to great starts against us. At our place, they're up 17-0. And we were a little shell-shocked. And we eventually came back. I think we won by 4 on our floor. But, I thought we'd be ready for what they bring. And we went to their place. They hit 7 threes in the first quarter. And we just fell behind early and struggled, to get back into it. But eventually got a lead, but did not make plays down the stretch, and they did. And so it makes them, Gene has them playing very well, and, they'll be a team that has to be reckoned with.
Irvington meeting Columbia. Irvington, the 11th seed, meeting 2nd seed in Columbia in the 4 o'clock nightcap at West Orange High School. And then Seton Hall Prep, the top seed, taking a 4th seed at Central at 2 p.m. to tip off the afternoon at West Orange. Let's continue with that second game, though, Coach, with Columbia, a team, a very deep team that kind of caught you, I don't know, by surprise. It caught a lot of people by surprise. East Orange as well, that first weekend of the season. Deep team plays, does first-year coach Eddie Turner, 13, 14 guys. And reportedly, Eddie tells me they're going to add another guard this week, a transfer from New York City from 50th Street High School, Eunice Hopkinson. If that is the case, Eddie said he'll be able to play Thursday, which makes them even deeper. But that's a team you've seen a lot of, and they're relentless.
Yeah, they've adopted a style, very physical, not afraid to foul you, not afraid to play aggressive defense. If they get in foul trouble, they have players that are of equal quality to come in and back them up. So they shoot it pretty well. And I've told my team that defense wins county tournaments. So I think Columbia is a team that is certainly positioned, if they play well, to they could win it all.
And they barely got by Montclair Kimberly Academy in the quarters in an incredible double overtime game. I know you heard something about, but goes to show you even the smaller divisions, say the division's not rated as high as the American, have some good basketball because MKA really gave them a run for their money.
Eugene Robinson and myself were on the committee, and that was the general theme through the whole thing is that, that was tough. And I've been on a lot of seating committees. That was the toughest one we've ever had in terms of who's beaten who and teams in the lower divisions maybe with just great records, and how do you weigh that against teams that may have a few losses against upper division teams? It was just really difficult, and I remember saying after it that it was going to be no surprise if any of the top 12, 13 teams, maybe more, showed up in the Final Four. And here we have an 11 seed there.
Yeah, Irvington, who has beaten Columbia, Eastside, and your team, so they've had a good track record, even though they're 11-11, and they'll be a handful for Columbia. Now let's move to your game. Central, who scored 94 points against Shabazz in the quarterfinal this past Saturday. They have Brandon Waiters, the transfer from university, who's been eligible the last couple of weeks after transferring in the fall for the Blue Devils. And Sean McRae's team is deeper and deeper, and they're long.
Yeah, they're excellent. I went to see them against Barringer the first time as we were preparing to play Barringer in the round of 16, and obviously took notes on Central at the time, but a very, very good team. Very long. They have bigs. They have good guards. They spread the floor. They run the sideline break as well as anybody I've seen in a long time. with Ramon Johnson running the middle of the floor, and they're formidable, and they're strong where we haven't been strong, and we need to rebound better, and we need to defend better. We give up way too many easy baskets, and we've worked hard in practice, but it just seems that this team would rather score than stop people from scoring. So I don't like the matchup in the sense that I don't know that you can outscore Central. You have to stop Central.
And they have 6'9" Ramon Johnson, also 6'5" Kameen McPleasant. So your bigs are going to be mightily challenged, and can you rebound with them? That could be a key to the game.
That certainly will be, Steve. We talked about it in practice last week a little bit, saying that we had to get better at rebounding. But we also have to get better at finishing inside. East Orange gave us all kinds of fits on Saturday, just trying to finish inside, with their size. So, we can't live and die with outside shooting as we get deeper and deeper into this tournament.
And you talk about your own team, and you're concerned about the defense and rebounding, but you do have one of the state's top backcourts, and Sterling Gibbs headed to Maryland, and junior Dallas Anglin, who's getting a lot of attention. And that backcourt is going to be huge for you, obviously, to get big buckets down the stretch. They've been doing it all season long.
Well, they certainly are a good backcourt. They can score. They can run the floor. But they also know that they need to match up well defensively against Central's guards, who are equally good. And our sleeper always is Spencer Weiss. He's our leading rebounder. He's a great assist man. He's just heady on the floor, does everything right, and he kind of knits together our front court and our back court as a three-man, although he could play the 1 or 2 also.
Spencer reminds me a little bit of your last year's star sideline chatters, Essex County Player of the Year, John Caprio, in terms of just doing so many different things: passing, defending, rebounding, setting screens. He does a lot of different things.
He certainly does. In fact, you're not the only one that said that. A lot of people here at school feel the same way, that he, is almost a clone of Caprio. Shoots it a little better than John, maybe not quite as long as John, but as a sophomore, he has really stepped up and played great for us.
Now, as you seek your 14th final in the last 16 years, and you won a record 5 in a row back from 96 to 2000, but it's tough to win this championship, as you found out the last few years. Sterling has not won a title as a high school varsity player, and you haven't since 07 have you won the last title. So sure Sterling Gibbs, one of your 3 seniors, you want to try to get him a championship in the county this year. We
certainly like to see all our players have that feeling of winning a championship, and that team remembering that for the rest of their lives. So it's certainly there for our senior class, and I'm sure it's there for Columbia's senior class and Central and Irvington. But it really comes down to who plays better on Saturdays in February, and the seedings at this point, to me, is seedings in the Essex County tournament are always about, you have to play somebody, so they have to seed the tournament. And once the seedings are there, I just forget about them. I tell them anytime, whether you're the 1 seed or the 16 seed, if you win 4 or 5 games in the Essex County tournament, you've overcome the odds. No such thing as a favorite.
Bob, the Super Essex Conference, second year now. Some people might think, well, the Essex County tournament has become like an in-season conference tournament. But then again, the interest has never been greater. You had a record 32 teams involved this year. You had some memorable games between teams that normally wouldn't play each other perhaps through the course of the season, like an MKA in Columbia or a Shabazz in North Tech, or even an East Orange and Orange who aren't scheduled to meet each other in old Big Ten rivals. So the interest, regardless of the SEC being ever present, you guys playing some of your SEC American teams 3 times perhaps in the season if you meet in the counties, it still has great interest.
I mean, that's what makes rivalries. The more you play somebody, and in our case with Columbia, they beat us, we beat them. Irvington, we beat them, they beat us. And, Columbia and Irvington the same way. That kind of builds it all to a crescendo. So instead of, taking away from the county tournament, I think it has added a little more juice to it because everybody's anxious to see how the third game would play out.
Well, it should be a great tournament. 2 p.m. Saturday at West Orange High School, which is a great venue, a great feel to the atmosphere there. Seton Hall Prep and Central in game 1 and 2, and then the nightcap, Irvington, the upstart 11th seed against second seeded Columbia. And Coach, good luck in the tournament and the rest of the way.
Thank you, Steve.
Coach Bob Farrell, Seton Hall Prep, and hope you enjoyed this. Steve Tober for NJ Hotshots and Sideline Chatter.